People say that the universe tests you before your manifestation shows up. But honestly, I don't think that's how it really works. I think the truth is way more empowering, and that's what I'm going to share with you today. If you've ever felt that reality gets more difficult before it changes, I think you're right. I just think we've been explaining it the wrong way. I'm Elizabeth, and I have been on this manifestation journey for over a decade and have seen amazing shifts in my own life. And looking back at every single manifestation I have ever received, those really tough moments did feel like a test until I realized they weren't. By the end of this video, you'll understand what's really happening when it feels like everything is working against you, and why understanding this one shift can completely change the way you move through these seasons as you are manifesting. Let's start with the concept that I have heard over and over again, that the universe is sending you these tests to make sure that you are ready for that manifestation, that you can handle it when it shows up. So for example, you're manifesting a lot of money. The universe is going to give you $1,000, $2,000 to make sure that you know how to handle it, that you don't blow it on something or another before it gives you your million. That teaching assumes that the universe needs to know that you are worthy. And I think that is garbage. This also assumes that certain people can have everything and others like me and you can't have anything. And in my experience, that is not how it works. I believe that you are doing the work with your subconscious every time you visualize. Every time you do any kind of manifestation technique, you are working to move towards the belief that you can have the thing. Every single time that you do a manifestation exercise, that is building that base, that change within your subconscious. And when things show up in your life that feel like a test, it is simply those old beliefs that are resurfacing, that are still there to show you you are still there. You haven't completely started to embody that new person that you are becoming. Your life, your reality in front of you is showing you all of the beliefs of your subconscious mind. So consciously, you may think you are there, that you have shifted, but on that deep subconscious level, you probably haven't. There's no direct line that you can touch here to understand what those subconscious beliefs are. The way you can understand what's going on in your subconscious, what your beliefs are, your views of the world, how you feel people should be treating you, show up all around you in the current reality that you are seeing. When you are facing that old reality that you're trying to move away from, that's showing you that that shift hasn't taken place yet. But you are moving in the right direction. Don't let that take you down that rabbit hole of, I'm not good enough, I'll never get there, I can't have it, all of that overthinking. Don't let it take you there. No, you just need to keep with the process. Keep following the steps. If you haven't downloaded your copy of my free normal method, grab that in the comments, in the description, grab your copy and keep doing it every single day. Because if you stick with it, that work that you are doing on your subconscious mind, that inner work that you need to do to move towards that manifestation, so it might feel like the test, but don't fall into that trap. It is a gift. If we can shift focus to understand that whatever is showing up in our current reality is a gift to give us insight into the subconscious mind, to help us understand where is the work that we need to do. What is it that will shift us from here to there? It allows us to show up as the person we want to become the next time. Ever heard of the law of assumption? That's acting as if. Assume we already have our manifestation and act from that place that you've already received it. Every time something shows up in your reality is an opportunity to respond, to react from that place of the person you are becoming. The other thing you can do is ask yourself, if I was that person who has this thing, whatever, insert whatever you're manifesting, how would I respond? How would I act? What would I be doing in my life today if I was that person? Now, I'm not saying that if, you had the $1 billion you're manifesting, you probably wouldn't be going to your day job. I'm not saying that you should not be going to work every day and doing the things. You got to meet your reality where it's at. Your dog is sick, you show up and you take your dog to the vet. Your kids are homesick from school, you do what you got to do to take care of those kids. But what I am saying is, when I am that person who has that $1 billion, my dog is sick, how do I respond? I'm probably not going to freak out about rescheduling the things I need to reschedule to take the dog to the vet. I'm going to be the person that knows how to make it work. I'm going to be confident. I'm going to know exactly what to do. I really want you to understand that your reality doesn't change because you've passed a test from the universe. It changes because you stop agreeing with that version of you who keeps showing up in your current reality and step in to that version of you who already has those things that you want in your dream life. Let me share a very difficult time in my own life. One of the things that I manifested was this divorce to my ex-husband. I was in a miserable situation with him. It was very turbulent, very toxic, and we did not get along. We fought all the time. It wasn't good for my kids, and I didn't know how to get out. He did not want a divorce. And at that point in my life, I was done with relationships. I said to myself, I will never be in another relationship. God forbid, another marriage ever. I didn't feel like I could ever have a healthy relationship. I wanted peace. I wanted freedom. I wanted space. I wanted a healthier life for my children. Fast forward, and I finally got the courage to leave, and I thought that was the hard part, but that's not what happened. Things went from so hard to even worse. Turned into I'm not going to allow you to get a divorce, and you have to come home. And then the lawyers started, and then there was a custody battle. I felt like a terrible mother. I was questioning if I ever should have left, if I was ruining my children. But those weren't new fears. Those were the fears that were deep-seated down, way deep inside. And what eventually happened was I allowed myself to grieve. Not only the relationship, the marriage that didn't work out, but what was happening with my children. I stopped trying to force my son to come to his parenting time and to stop acting out in anger. I told him, I'm here for you. I love you. I will always be here for you. And the biggest lesson I learned was this was not a test. I wasn't passing that universe's test. I was practicing becoming the woman, the mother, the person who believed she deserved the freedom without abandoning love. And then we fast forward to the divorce being over and me dipping my toes into dating. All of a sudden, I started to become open to a relationship again, even after telling myself I'm never going to do it again. So I started manifesting, and I met someone and got the most incredible signs from the universe. I was using the tarot card, the magician, as the person that I wanted to show up in my life. And lo and behold, a real live magician showed up. So I was like mind blown. I was manifesting using a symbol to manifest. And here it is standing right in front of me. I thought that this sign meant that this was the person. And then he left. And I was like, what the heck? I had all the signs there. But what was really happening was all of those subconscious beliefs that I wasn't good enough, that people leave me, I'm not enough, were showing up. But then I kept doing the work. And then Josh showed up. The old Elizabeth needed external validation, questioned herself, feared abandonment, didn't think she was worthy of love. But the new Elizabeth, after I had done the work, I had used the techniques and I was visualizing month after month. She knew her worth. She knew what she brought to a relationship. Didn't need someone else to prove that she was enough. So the manifestation wasn't just Josh, the relationship, and then eventually the marriage. The manifestation was becoming the person who could receive the relationship. When life gets harder, don't ask, why is the universe testing me? Ask, what belief is this situation revealing? I don't deserve happiness. Life has to be hard. I'll always be abandoned. I'm not enough. I'm a terrible parent. Success isn't for me. All of those things. And that's just a few examples. For you, it might be very different. Then I want you to go a step further and ask, how would the version of me who already has that manifestation respond? And that's a practice that I want you to get into the habit of, because that's where change happens. Looking back at every manifestation I've ever received, I don't see the universe testing me. I see life revealing the beliefs that no longer match the future that I wanted, the future that I was working towards. Every difficult moment gave me the opportunity to make a decision on if I was going to respond and react from my old identity or from my new one. And little by little, reality caught up. And if this video helped you understand that maybe you've been misinterpreting what's happening in your own manifestation process right now, then I think you'll love this next video where I explain 2 signs that show your manifestation is actually working. You can catch that here. I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll catch you next time.